Hello again, YouTube. This is the Truth Man. Last video for today. As you can see, like some of my videos, the majority of my videos have pretty low view counts. I've been on YouTube off and on since 2008. I think I was off of YouTube a total of maybe a year in all of that time. And it's been a battle. It's been an uphill battle just to get my videos the proper attention, if you will, and fair attention. You know, I definitely always appreciated YouTube for this opportunity, but it's clear that my videos are censored, and it's probably because some of the things I talk about, kind of like what I'm finna talk about on this one, I feel that my videos are very educational and it gives some people something to research. Uh, Nobody will be a threat physically. Your intelligence level, your IQ may increase. The way you deal with people, you may be better suited. But I think that, and I know that I'm helping people with these, especially when they're allowed to even know the video exists. On this particular broadcast, I'm talking, and I would entitle this, The Mark of the Beast Mindset. The Mark of the Beast Mindset. You got to understand something. A lot of people in the world, and even like a lot of these social media platforms and different things, people are being programmed to hate free thinkers and religious people. And let's be honest, Christianity, Islam, neither one is God's definite way to express his truth. He speaks through his prophets. Now, his prophets aren't people who you say or who this person approves or that person approves, but his prophets are those to whom he appointed to be so. It doesn't matter what a person thinks or feels about a person. What matters is, what is the Most High's viewpoint of that person? And a lot of times, like the Bible says, that which is highly esteemed among men is an abomination in the sight of God. What does this mean? This means usually the person that everybody likes is not viewed the same way by God, by the Most High. So, and that's why he said, blessed are they who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom. For so they persecuted the prophets which are before them. And most definitely I've been persecuted. I've been persecuted at work. I've been persecuted. A lot of people don't even know what they're doing and why they're doing it. It's just the demonic entities have heavy influence over idle minds. So if you have a person whom the demons know who the real prophets are, they know. You have a person like this, they're going to experience great reject. Their kids are going to be rejected by most, by relatives, by people in all walks of life. It's going to be a lot of rejection for the true prophets and their kids. And anybody, well, you know what's crazy? Anybody that gets close to you is going to experience scrutiny if you're a prophet. But it's our job to talk about these things right here. The Mark of the Beast Mindset. Now, I got a couple notes here. I want to go to Revelation chapter 17. You'll hear my phone going off as usual, because I'm still out here working. I just wanted to make this. And Revelation chapter 17, I'm just going to read certain parts of it to show you what I'm talking about. Let's see here. Revelation chapter 17. Okay, it says this. Then one of the seven angels who had the seven bowls came and spoke with me. John the Revelator is the me, saying, Come here, and I will show you the judgment of the great harlot who sits on many waters, with whom the kings of the earth committed acts of immorality. Now, certain scripture says sexual immorality. So now, sexual immorality is sex outside of what is approved in the scripture and by God himself. And those who dwell on the earth were made drunk with the wine of her immorality. And he, talking about the angel, carried me, John the Revelator, away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sitting on a scarlet beast full of blasphemous names, having 7 heads and 10 horns. Excuse me, let me just turn this down. I won't be long. I'm trying to wrap this up in like maybe 4 minutes. The woman was clothed in purple and scarlet, and adorned with gold and precious stones and pearls, having in her hand a gold cup full of abominations and of the unclean things of her immorality. And on her forehead a name was written, a mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots, and of the abominations of the earth. Now, we ain't gonna go too deep. I hope that you get a chance to watch this video. Please be fair, YouTube, those of you who review these videos, and allow it to be recommended. I guarantee you, you get blessed if you allow people to even see what I'm finna say real quickly in the next 4 minutes. It says, the beast that you saw was and is not and is about to come up out of the abyss and go to destruction. And those who dwell on the earth, whose names have not been written in the book of life from the foundation of the world. See, you make your own choices. Y'all hear me talking about real evangelism? You don't convince people. People convince themselves through their research, through their desire, through their inner man and woman, which knows the truth. You don't try to convince people. You give them, if you know what you're talking about, you invite them, and the people who come, you make the effort to cause them to receive the salvation of the Most High. Now, if you don't, you don't. If you don't like me, you don't like me. It don't matter what you think. You think I'm crazy, whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because when I speak under the impulses of God and you blaspheme that, or you think you blaspheming me, but when I speak under the impulses of God, it's you against him. I ain't got nothing to do with it. It says, here is the mind which has wisdom. The 7 heads are the 7 mountains on which the woman sit. That's symbolically. We ain't going to get into that. I want to make this quick point. Now, moving down. It says, let me just scroll right here. Go down to the scripture. Give me 1 second. Okay, in Revelation chapter 17, the same chapter, and verse 13, it says this. These, talking about the people whose names were not written in the book of life. Perhaps some of them may have some type of descendancy. We're going to try to keep it simple. These have one purpose, and they give their power and authority to the beast. The King James says, these have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. The beast is the one that Revelation talks about, and I believe, and I'm pretty sure it's Revelation chapter 13, that you won't be able to buy and sell unless you have the mark. Now, think real hard. What's going on right now that sounds similar? What's going on right now that is forced? Is you have to do this or else. You have to do this or else. You have to do this or take this or else. Think hard. Because what's going on is you are being programmed to give your power unto the beast. The system of the beast is already here. Ain't nothing fair. You think YouTube, Facebook, you think these platforms are fair? If these platforms were fair, I would have over thousands of subscribers. That more people would know about my videos if these platforms were fair. These platforms are censored. These platforms are full of propaganda, which was what is intended to make you lean this way or lean that way, and you're thinking, listen, the righteous thing, but in the money system, capitalism is righteous. Why is it righteous? Because if you read the scripture, the parable of the 10 talents, he said, to him who have more will be given. This is the Bible. And to him who does not have, even what he has will be taken from him. Even the story of the man, and we're going to get back to this because I don't want the video to cut off, and it just might. Even the story of the man who told the Messiah to make his brother share the inheritance with him. What did the Messiah say? Who made me an arbitrator over you? See, the way of the true God, and always remember this, you'll never remember nothing else I say. This is how you know the difference between God and the devil. God is not going to force. He will allow you to choose right or wrong and then suffer the reward or the consequence. The devil deceives and tries to lead you the wrong way so you can suffer the consequences. And I'm gonna have to continue this. We'll pick back up on this tomorrow. That's the mark of the beast mindset. The mark of the beast mindset is manipulation and deceit, which leads to false peace, false security. Everybody's doing this. Why? Is that the way? You getting sick from this, from thing A. You're getting sick from thing A, but you're being told that you need to do thing A. But people are getting sick from thing A. Read between the lines. Read between the lines. And on that, I'm going to close. I'm going to pick back up on this tomorrow. It's the truth, man. Like, share, subscribe.